Walk into any grocery store this month and look at the freezer aisle. There is an empty space where a can sat for 80 years. Minute Maid frozen orange juice concentrate. Gone. Discontinued. Permanently. The company that built itself on that little frozen tube in 1946 just decided you do not get it anymore. They did not send a letter. They let the shelf go quiet and counted on you not noticing until you reached for it and it was not there. A product does not vanish because people stopped buying it. It vanishes because someone in a boardroom decided the cheaper version was eating into the margin of the expensive version they would rather sell you. The frozen concentrate cost less, it lasted longer, it made more juice per dollar than anything in the cold case, and that is exactly why it had to go. Welcome to the Survival Research. If you're not subscribed yet, hit subscribe and the bell. This is where we dig up what the industry quietly buried before you noticed it was gone. What you're about to see is 9 specific items leaving shelves across the country right now while supplies last. And once a manufacturer kills a product, it does not come back because you complained. It comes back when there is a margin in it again, which usually means never. Most people think a discontinued product is a small thing, one less option on a shelf. It is not. It is the moment a company stops competing for your dollar and starts deciding for you what you are allowed to buy. The frozen juice can is just the clearest example. The same logic is hitting your soda aisle, your snack aisle, and your cereal aisle all at the same time this year. Stop for 1 second, because this is the part most channels skip. There are 9 items vanishing this year, and I documented every one. The exact product, the company that pulled it, the reason they will not say out loud, and the closest replacement that still costs you the least. It is all in the suppressed file, step by step. Scan the QR code on your screen or hit the first link in the description and get it now. But let me keep going, because the freezer is just the first one. Start with what the Coca-Cola Company confirmed. It is exiting the entire frozen can category in the United States and Canada. That is not just orange juice. That is the lemonade, the limeade, the pink lemonade, the raspberry lemonade, the exact cans your parents used for summer punch and homemade popsicles. The official line is shifting consumer preferences. The real line is in the same statement. They want to focus on the juice products that, in their words, better match what consumers want. Translation. The fresh bottle costs you more and earns them more. The frozen can earned them less, so the frozen can is dead. Inventory lasts, while supplies last. Then that freezer space goes to something with a fatter margin. Still watching? If you made it this far, you already understand more about how grocery shelves work than the people in line next to you. The cut you cannot see coming is the one that gets you. That is the whole strategy. Subscribe and share this with someone who still thinks their favorite product is safe. Everything I could not fit on screen is in the file the industry would rather you never opened. First link in the description. Now stay with me, because the next force is the biggest one on this list. PepsiCo announced it is cutting around 20% of its entire product lineup. Not one brand, everything they make. Snacks and drinks both. They are doing it to satisfy an activist investor who wants leaner numbers, and they already started. Pepsi Peach, a flavor fans actually loved, is gone. Mountain Dew Caffeine Free is on the discontinued list. Mountain Dew Whiteout, pulled. Pepsi Nitro, the product they launched with a massive campaign just 3 years earlier, killed off entirely. Here's the trick. PepsiCo will not give you the full list. They confirmed the 20%. They will not name all the victims. So you will not know your favorite is gone until the shelf tag disappears. That is not a bug in how they do this. That is the design. A company that announces a cut gives you time to stock up. A company that stays silent gets to clear the old inventory at full price while you're still loyal to it. Now stay with me, because Costco shoppers are about to lose 3 things they walk in for. Costco moves product by the pallet, so when they drop something, they drop it hard and fast. The first casualty is Kirkland Signature semi-sweet chocolate chips. Gone, and the reason is brutal in its honesty. The price of cocoa climbed so high that the cheap bag stopped making sense to them. A staple of every home baker, killed by a commodity chart. Not by demand, by margin. Right behind it, the Kirkland cookie packs. Those little 1-ounce snack packs that went into 1 million school lunches. Clean ingredients, nut-free bakery, $10 for 30 of them. Shoppers have not seen them in months. Spotty inventory first, then nothing. And the third one, Kirkland Signature Sport Drink. The cheaper answer to the big-name sports drinks. Cane sugar, real electrolytes, a fraction of the price. Members confirmed their local warehouses called it Discontinued. Notice the pattern yet? Every one of these was the affordable version. The chocolate chips, the cookies, the sport drink, the frozen juice. None of them disappeared because they were bad. They disappeared because they were cheap, and cheap does not protect a margin. Let me be honest here, because credibility matters more than fear. Not every empty shelf is a conspiracy. Some of this is real cost. Cocoa actually did spike. Oranges actually did get more expensive after rough harvests in Florida and Brazil. Bird flu actually did wreck the egg supply, and it is still rippling through prices today. Those are real forces, and I will not pretend a boardroom invented the weather. But here's the part that is a choice, not an accident. When cost goes up, a company has two options: raise the price a little and keep serving you, or kill the affordable version and push you toward the premium one. Over and over this year, they are choosing the second one, and you only find out when the space on the shelf is already empty. And one more category is coming for your cart that has nothing to do with cost. New rules on artificial food coloring are pushing major cereal makers to reformulate. General Mills committed to pulling certified synthetic colors from its United States cereals by the summer of 2026. WK Kellogg, the company behind Fruit Loops and Rice Krispies, is reformulating on a timeline that runs into 2027. At least one major retailer set a deadline that some of these cereals may not meet in time to stay on the shelf. So the version of the cereal you grew up with, the exact recipe, may quietly vanish and get replaced by a reformulated one that does not taste the same. Same box, same name, different product inside. And no announcement on the front of the package telling you it changed. That is 9 forces hitting your store at once. The frozen juice, the lemonade line, the Pepsi flavors, the Mountain Dew flavors, the Pepsi Nitro line, the Kirkland chocolate chips, the Kirkland cookies, the Kirkland sport drink, and the cereals caught in the reformulation deadline. Every one of them is real, everyone is verifiable, and everyone follows the same quiet rule. The cheaper, more reliable, more loved version is the one that gets cut first. If you have a product you're worried about, drop it in the comments, and I will tell you what I have found on it. So here's your actual choice, and it is simpler than they want it to be. You can keep walking the aisles on autopilot, reaching for the thing that has always been there, and find the empty space the hard way. Or you can learn which items are leaving while supplies last. Stock the ones that matter to your family, and know the cheapest replacement before the shelf tag disappears. The company is not going to warn you. The whole point is that you do not notice until it is too late to grab one more. The shelf was always going to go quiet. The only question is whether you saw it coming. If this opened your eyes to what is happening in your grocery store, subscribe and share it with someone who still assumes their favorites are safe. Every product they retire quietly is one more thing a prepared family already saw coming. The next file is already open, and what is leaving the shelves next is bigger than a juice can.